in the stadium for some free stickers.
Dang, like that.
Find us in the stadium for free stickers. Photos and
Ow.
we're falling apart.
There's like 13 more seconds.
Riley comes in. Angel City on the block.
Corner kick presented by Cedar Sinai. Shifty work into the box. And across. It's in. Oh, it's Louisville. It's a dream return.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Casual FC, an Angel City preview pod. I'm your host, Angela Morales, with my emotional support, Capri Suns, and I'm here with my slightly under the weather, forever pushing through, father of two children, Mario Salazar.
Two germ factories, honestly. It's the
it's the start of school.
All the parents of young kids out there and all the teachers out there know exactly what's going on. You know, it's the start of school. It's hot as balls outside, but it's still like flu season, like no matter what. It's just germ season right now. Of course, surprisingly, Maddie has not gotten sick yet, so knocking on wood.
Come on, let's go, immune system.
And then
fingers crossed that holds.
Yeah, but my son Everett he's younger, he's in TK, but he's also with that he's now for the first time being exposed to an LAUSD experience where
that's true because he was a COVID baby and just got to stay home and not have to deal with other people.
He was born right at the beginning of the pandemic and and then his preschool was at a small like private school, but it was still like 7 kids in his class. And now he's in a class of 20 with like 3 other classes of TK and kindergarten.
Do it.
Yeah. Lots of germs.
That'll do it. Yeah. I hope you have bought stock in like Lysol and Clorox. And all of that.
Vitamin C packets are on like Amazon repeat. Like they come every month.
Subscribe and save. Quick note before we start recording, but like before we get into the nitty gritty of the episode, we're recording this on Tuesday, September 17th, which is like the National Register Your Butt to Vote Day. And we touched on it a little bit last episode, but go do it or check your registration status and make sure that if you're in an area where they're doing weird things to the voter rolls, that you're still registered to vote. It's incredibly important. Your local election is, honest to God, the most important thing that you don't think is important. House reps, state senate, federal senate, like all of this is so important. It's not just the president. Everybody's up for re-election. Everybody is trying to convince you that they're good to do their job. So keep them to it. If they're bad at their job, don't let them have their job again. This is the one time we have a little bit of power to be like, hey, you suck. Dip. But like I said last episode, it's super important to me. If you have any questions, please reach out. We've been posting stuff about voting and we will continue to because it is very important.
That's
my little baby soapbox.
It only takes a few minutes to check your voter registration. And if it's not up to date, then you can do it right away. Not a big deal. Do it. You'll get the mailer. You'll get to start looking at everything and, make yourself a cheat sheet when you get there. And then.
Yeah. And as we get closer, we'll probably put together like, here are our favorite voter guides. Here's where you can get more information that you just want to research yourself. Like it is pertinent that you participate in your local government. Otherwise you don't have one.
Yeah.
Because those rights get taken away. With that said, let's talk about our next match against the Portland Thorns. It's coming up on Monday, our favorite day of the week, Monday, September 23rd. At BMO, it's a home game. It's a night game. I've been asking for this, but
on a Monday.
I wish it wasn't a Monday. Partially because it's our normal recording day and this jacks up our schedule.
Exactly.
Secondly, because my ass gets up at like 4:45 in the morning and I'm delusional by 7 p.m., which is why the last few episodes have been freaking shenanigans. I'm derailed. I have no attention span. I have no energy, and I'm just holding on for dear life.
Why we chose to like make it a normal thing to release on Wednesdays, I don't know, but that's just how it works.
I don't know. But kickoff is at 7 p.m. The game will be streaming on our least favorite place in the whole wide world, CBS Sports Network, and also Bally Sports, which is somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can make it to somewhere to watch the game. If you can't make it to BMO, do that or call your friends.
Yeah. And honestly,
Torrent.
check the listings like the day of, because whenever it's on Bally Sports, it's up being on some other network.
Bally Sports has started being absorbed now by other networks because I think they declared bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Something happened earlier in the season. I don't remember. It's been a long few months. But the game will also be on iHeartRadio with our buddies Isaac and Tracy. Def listen there if you're on the road or can't make it or out of town or something. It'll also be in Spanish on Tu Liga Radio. What is that? Tu Liga Radio. Okay. Anyway. 13:30 on the AM station. That was so
it gets me every time whenever we say it, and I always remember
it's so hard to say. Tu Liga Radio. Or Tu Liga Radio. Wow, I'm so sorry. That was
that's all staying
I
in.
promise I speak Spanish. Yeah, absolutely. Monday is also a very special match. Homegirl Hello Kitty is going to have her first like U.S. professional women's sporting event night at our game. So the Queen of Sanrio, Hello Kitty, is there's so much. Like so much is happening on Monday night that we had to break it into both of us talking about it. It's not just like, hey, it's Hello Kitty, you get a cool thing. No.
It's the small British child.
The small what?
Yeah, Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty's not a kitty.
Wait, what?
She's a little British girl.
Mario, no. What? What the hell are you saying to me right now? I grew up a Sanrio kid. I literally have a note that said, okay, Hello Kitty's cool, but like, I wish she was bringing her friends Karopi and Pachaco and Bats Maru because those were my homies growing up. But excuse me, what? She's British? She's not Japanese. What? Since when?
Since forever. And this was also news to me maybe a couple years ago. I think a couple years ago I like saw something where they were like, yeah, she's a little British girl. She's not.
That is a lie. I don't know what to do. What in the world? I'm like, what? My conception of reality has just been blown to pieces. I'm crying because I'm laughing so hard. I'm not crying because I'm like upset. No, like Hello Kitty, Sanrio, like the Sanrio collection of characters is like I remember the year my mom took me to the Sanrio store to do my back to school shopping. It was like the splurge fun year. I had a Karopi backpack. Everything was Karopi. Occasionally Pachaco. And then like 4th, 5th grade is when I transitioned into being like moody and was like, oh, Bats Maru is my penguin homie. I'm a ride or die for those three. But anyway, pre-match at the street fair. So outside of BMO from 4:30 to 6, there will be a friendship bracelet making station. There will be photo backdrops to take pictures with like step and repeat situations. And first come, first serve. So get your butt there early if this is super important to you. Your girl Hello Kitty is going to be there for a meet and greet. Like, will she talk? Like, is she? I need to hear the British accent. Not like, I don't know what's going on.
I'll send you the info. I'll send you the thing.
Please. You're going to need to post it as well once this episode goes live because people are going to be like, liar. Absolutely.
Okay. And then the fun continues inside the stadium. So the gates will...
I'm so shook. What?
Quickly devolved into shenanigans. All right. So inside the stadium, the gates are going to open.
Just changed my life.
Gates are going to open at 5:30. The kickoff is going to be at 7. As we all know, traffic, work, most people are going to get there by like 7, if that. But if you do get a chance to go early, there's pre-match stuff. Inside the stadium, there will be a Hello Kitty bow and ears paper crown giveaway. There will also be more Hello Kitty photo backdrops throughout the concourse. I'm wondering if they're just going to move the ones from the outside on the inside, or if they're going to be brand new ones. I don't know.
Who knows?
There's also a season ticket member meet and greet. More details to come. As a season,
I'm like a 9-year-old right now.
As a season ticket member, we have not received anything. I have not received anything yet.
No.
And this is Tuesday, the 17th.
We'll find out.
And this is all from the Angel City website. I'm not making any of this up, There will be some pre-game on-field ceremonies with Hello Kitty. I'm guessing she's going to get a shirt, get a kit with like some like Hello Kitty on it or something. Live trivia for the Hello Kitty fans. There's going to be a friendship cam on the board. And a fan photo submission, it's probably going to be that QR code thing that you can do and share. If you bought this is one of those special ticket events also. So if you bought a special ticket for the Hello Kitty night, there is a Hello Kitty blanket. And if you are a season ticket holder who emailed to get that blanket, you would have had a confirmation email by now. If you did, they're completely sold out. Sorry, we're dropping this info now.
That's not surprising. Yeah.
But
also I don't know if you got the email today, but the Iron fan situation has been announced. And if you got your email, they are encouraging you to get to the final 3 games, because if you do, or maybe this is just for me.
It's just for you, because I haven't made it to all the games.
Okay, as an Iron fan, which granted, I have not been able to do the last 2 seasons. I went to a wedding there in the first season. I graduated from grad school last year. So apparently this year I didn't go anywhere. But for those of you who are Iron fans, and those who aren't, who want to know what that means, it means just like an Iron woman, you've been there every game. You've played every minute of every game. That's an Iron player. But for fans, it's every game or every home game. You're there. You show up. So if you make it to the last 3 games, then you'll be entered to join other fans during Fan Appreciation Day on October 20th and be featured in some incredible on-field opportunities.
Ooh.
And you can submit in the email. They sent the submission form to submit photos to play back during the game. So they have a head start. So yeah, if you've made it to every game so far, check it out. Make sure you check your email. I'm really bad at following through on stuff like this. I'm going to try really hard. But
we're going to
I'm actually proud of myself.
We're going to take a bunch of pictures with just casual FC everything.
Yep. Just laying in a bed of stickers. Like, what was that, American Beauty or whatever, where she's like in all the rose petals and they're falling on her? Oh my God. Promo for next season. Just stickers. We have so many.
And I just got
But hey, I gave some away tonight, so
I just got the notification that our reprint is coming right now. So
go ahead.
So not only were the stickers slow to get here, where I wanted to get them before the watch party. We're totally derailing from what we were supposed to be talking about, but all the stickers that we designed and printed for the watch party that never showed up. We need to make a Capri Sun one later. They showed up late, and they also showed up not what we expected.
Yep.
They were a little thin. They're still great stickers. If you got one, they're amazing. But
we have high standards.
Yeah. And so after talking to the printer, they're reprinting them, and we're getting a whole new batch. And there was 600 stickers in the first order. So there's another 600 coming.
So we need to, 1, get more fans, 2, make it rain,
Yeah.
and 3, get more fans.
So that's the whole, if you stick all the way to the end, I'm going to say it now, because if you don't stick all the way to the end, tell a friend about the pod. It brings us good luck, and we send it to the team. We send it, pack it up, and right there.
And it might earn you a sticker or 100.
Okay. All right. So award. I didn't have like a full chaos award because we were going to talk about other stuff once we get to it. So I did put for my kind of chaos award, and let me know if you agree. It's probably just me because this is my nerdiness.
I do. I agree.
It's permutations.
Based on the text. Yeah, based on the text you sent me earlier about this, yes.
It is permutation.
Pew.
It's permutation season, which means it is the time of year where every single match, every single week, we're going to be like, so-and-so will make the playoffs if this happens and that happens. And this person stands on one leg and the temperature reaches 90 degrees in Houston.
And the fourth level tiebreaker is somebody ate a hard-boiled egg. Like,
yeah,
it's bonkers over here.
And I love it. And was it the best use of my time? You know, I'm going to say yes. Other people may not agree, but
Were you happy?
Yes, very happy. I ended up building my own I already have my standings board, which has formulas already built in as the season progresses of who automatically makes it into the playoffs. But now I have my own little permutation board where if I pick the scores for the next week or the next couple weeks, I can see how that changes the table and who's going to make it. We'll talk about that once we get to the standings.
Friends, this means that I now get to rein Mario in before he goes down okay, if it's 0-0, then this. If it's 0-1, it's this. If it's 1-0, it's this. Get ready. There's going to be a lot of numbers thrown at you over the next few weeks. I don't know. It's bonkers over here in general. This just gets more fun.
Yeah.
All right. So for a quick look around the league, congratulations to the Washington Spirit for clinching a playoff spot. The next batch to qualify we'll get to when we talk more standings and things in a little bit. But over the weekend, the North Carolina Courage and Bay FC matched up and wound up in a draw at 1-1. Orlando and Kansas City matched up for their Eras weekend. Really quick, I just need to talk about this because it's cool. Was it Orlando? No. Yes, Orlando sent the social media team at Kansas City, like the Orlando social team, sent Kansas City social team like friendship bracelets, like Taylor Swift friendship bracelets. It's like ORL, heart, KC. Like, it was very cute, and like wrote a whole bunch of punny Taylor Swift notes. And then Kansas City was like right back at you and did something similar. And it's just cute. I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift fan. I think I'm like not her demographic. One, because a lot of reasons. But I'm not going to get into that because I don't want Swifties taking down our podcast. But anyway, it was cute and I loved it for them. The Chicago Red Stars beat Portland 1-0. San Diego beat Utah 2-1. The Washington Spirit beat the Dash 3-0, which we've talked about it every matchup over the last 2 years or 2 seasons with the Dash. They need consistency in their coaching staff. They need consistency in their front office. And it's a whole hot trash full, a dumpster fire worth of bullshit right now. I saw a Twitter thread. They've had 32 matches since 2022 without a head coach, like an official, like an interim, or we don't know what's happening. Apparently, Fran Alonso, their current quote unquote head coach, is dealing with a health issue, but nobody really knows what's going on. And this last week, Diana Ordonez spoke out and was like, we need a coach.
Yeah,
like, either come back or don't. It's fine. And I get where she's coming from. But if it is a health issue, like, I feel really bad. But also, why haven't they found like an interim or like a better situation for these players?
It's just like anybody. Anybody needs stability. You're going to need stability to progress. You're going to need stability to succeed. You're going to need stability to just know what you're doing. Like the idea of building a system or playing in a system or playing with a style means you have that stability. If you haven't had that, there's no reason why, or there's it's exactly the reason why the Dash are where they are, like at the bottom.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because they're a fantastic team overall. I mean, granted, Paige is there, so already they're one
winning.
up for me, but yeah, like they're a good team and there's no reason why they should be bottom of the table. But when you put into perspective everything that's gone on coaching staff wise, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Which is a big bummer. And then last but not least, Gotham beat the Reign 2-0. And that closes out our recap for this last week. And then it brings us to what happened in our game.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. So the good thing, we matched up against Louisville before the game. There's video of Kristen Press, like, walking the scene of the crime, having a moment on the pitch pre-game by herself. For those who don't know, this is the stadium, Lynn Family Stadium, or whatever it's called, where she was injured.
Oh.
Where her ACL disappeared.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, legit. I think it was Katie Zellum posted a video of CP on the pitch, just in her, like, travel uniform, walking around barefoot as she does, having a moment. And as somebody who has done that, it's important because it's scary to go back to the place that hurt
That
you.
juju.
Literally. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
you have to like sage it out and like clear those vibes or your brain as well. But that was dope. Sid LaRue hit 12,000 minutes played, which is rare.
That's a feat.
Like, yeah, that's big time. So those who watch, the final score was 2-1 Racing. Maggie Doherty Howard scored a freaking banger of a goal.
Amazing.
In the 18th minute.
Right place, right time, just buried it.
Beautiful rebound of a goal. And then 8 minutes later, Bethany Balser, who was the trade from Seattle that we said it's weird not talking about her last week, kicked us in the ass and equalized the game. And then a whole half later, Janine Becky, another trade, kicked us in the ass at the 68th minute to win the game. I understand what Sarah Gordon was saying, that we are a second half team, like a second half of the season team. That's when we hit our stride. But I think this season, too much damage was done in the first half. Like, we're on the cusp, but I don't know how long we're going to stay there.
Yeah.
And it makes me really sad, guys.
Last year's...
I don't like to say these things.
Last year's, like, we all know, and we kind of knew that even last year, it could have been, it straight up could have been a fluke of a season where first half, complete dog shit. Second half, flipped a switch and cooking
change.
Right?
Yeah.
We get back to this year. We thought lights were on, and then we're plagued with so many variables that we've talked about so many times, right? Like injuries, player availability. Like we've had a healthier year than any of the years that Angel City's been around. It's just been this unfortunate mix of not having the health at the right time. While one player got healthy, another player wasn't. And then when they got healthy, someone else wasn't, which meant all the pieces kept coming on and off the chessboard, and like you couldn't properly play. And handicapped us a lot at the beginning. And so it gave us previous season vibes, right? Like we were losing, and we thought we were going to get this bounce after the Olympic break, and we did. And then
some shit happened, and I don't know what it is. It's incredibly frustrating for us as fans. Like, I love this team, and I will never not say that I love this team. I can be frustrated, and that's where I'm at. But I know too, like, and we've both said this before, as frustrated as we are, the team 100 times as much, because I know it's clicking in training. That's obvious. That part is like, oh, it's there, but something is happening.
No.
And I don't know. They know. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, I know they want it. I want so much for them. And I know they want it too. And it's very reminiscent of the Orlando Pride team from a few seasons ago, where they had Allie Krieger, Alex Morgan, Sid LaRue, Allie Riley, Marta, and Taylor Korniak, who's now Taylor Flint on Louisville, which, again, where did she go? When did she change her name? But that's, you can rewind to the M Woods conversation. But they had a slew of just top-notch, amazing players. And those are just like the big names, not just like the league stalwart names or like the players that are just solid. Those are the highlight names or highlighted names. And for some reason, it didn't click for them. Like that team should have run the table. It should have won every championship for like 5 years. And it just didn't.
But we even talked about having all the big names and having all the top players does not a team make, right?
But this team like built together. That's the thing. Like with the exception of Kriegs and Cap, they were there for a minute together. It wasn't just like a Frankenstein team. So it's hard. But yeah, like you can put superstar on superstar and sure, you might win a game here or there, but it doesn't mean you have like actual team chemistry. But man, I don't know what's going on. I do know that we need another true center back that has a little bit more offensive inclination. That's how I'm going to put that. I don't think it's going to happen this late in the season, but I think in the offseason, that's something the team really needs to look for. Like Maddie Curry, killing it. Jazz Spencer, killing it. MA, killing it. Like everybody who's stepped in is killing it. I realized what it is with Megan Reed after this last game. She is an amazing defender. Defends like her life depends on it. Just is in the right place. She's so good. But what's happening now is teams are realizing she's not very offensive minded and she'll pass back. And so they know, oh, if we're on her side, she's going to pass back to Didi in this case, which slows our offensive attack way down and then brings our offense to a standstill and makes it easier to intercept passes because they're shorter. They're not like these big long balls that like somebody like Abby Dahlkemper is known for. Yeah. If you watched the recap episode with Abby D at all, you hear Kristen and Tobin be like, but boot it. Like that woman can kick a freaking soccer ball. Like Sarah Gordon too, like the defensive line can launch a ball, but I think that's what it is that's kind of slowing down the offense is that Megan isn't as offensively minded as a lot of the other players.
There were points in this game and the game before and plenty of other games throughout the season, but really these last two games where they were passing back, keeping it within that back line for a good 2 minutes, minute and a half, 2 minutes. It, like you were saying, it slowed the game so much to the point where you were just like, all right, what else is on? Like watching TV, you're just like, nah.
Like I got up and cooked dinner.
Yeah.
In the second half of this game. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Eva's just like giving me highlights and I'm like, sure.
It's like, oh, and alert, New Bob's Burgers. Maybe I'll go watch that.
Right. Right. And I hate it. Like, I hate that because I'm not a person who leaves game early. I'm not that person. I will stay to the death of myself. I do not leave early.
I will stick around to the 14th inning of baseball.
Absolutely. I'm not leaving early. What if I miss something? Absolutely not. I'm there till half the parking lot clears out because I don't want to sit in that. No. But the thing I realized this weekend is that when we slow our offense down as much as we do, whether it's habit, accident, whatever the reasoning, it doesn't really matter. But the intense slowing of our offense means we lose our bite because this team is fast. We're fast up the flanks. We're fast in the middle. We're fast if you get it over the top. But if that doesn't happen, ain't shit to work with, And it's like, dang, that's such a bummer, especially those 2 games after the break. We got to see this team running on all cylinders and pushing, or 3 games really, because it's the Juarez game and the 2 after that. It was like, oh, okay, sick. Yeah. We're back. We're good. Then the last 2, it's just been a bummer and it makes me really sad. And I think we really need to shake some things up, which you'll get to because you have thoughts.
I have thoughts.
So many thoughts.
So first thought is I think this is another match where we were not so much blatantly as the previous one, but we were screwed by the ref again. I know that is like the seemingly cop-out way of like, oh, we lost. It was the ref's fault.
No, but this is one of those.
But when fans know a ref by name, you're not supposed to know the refs. The refs are just supposed to be like officials. They're just supposed to be there. They're not the famous people. When they become the famous people, when they become the names, that's bad. It's
and when
never
I know your first and last name,
it's never a good thing.
No, in the Discord for this game, like 2 minutes in, I was the one that was like, "Oh, Chesky's calling this game, great!"
and so many people chimed in with like, "Ah, shit!" Like,
damn it! It's not even like, "Oh, we were going to lose because of this ref." Like, "Oh no, this is going to be a poorly officiated game for both teams." Because every game she calls is bonkers. It's NWSL After Dark at 2 p.m. It's no cards and then weird cards. And then what?
That was the main thing, is that everything was being called like
nothing makes sense.
There's something to be said, and we've said this before, about like a ref being shit for both sides. If the ref was shit for both sides, then both of you are still playing on equal ground. But but when you get this like weird kind of inconsistency on calls being weird, yellow cards for seemingly stupid non-offenses to not getting carded for other like that should have been, that was an orange card, like that should have been, like it throws everything out of whack. And one of the Borges, I think that's
Ari Borges.
She was shit stirrer to the max in this game.
That is Ari Borges. She usually keeps herself in check, but she knew.
But
she knew she could press those buttons.
Yeah, and she did not get anything. And there was plenty of times where like Angel City was just like, "What the hell?" And Messiah are in a beautiful like.
Yeah, I applauded in.
I gave a little like.
Yeah, it's an atta girl.
She bodied Borges to the point where like when she got back up,
like bonk.
When she got back up, she had her own arms up and she was like doing the old lady walk, like
oh, my back.
And Messiah, like it was a straight up like check yourself type body check, because it was
like hit me again. Yeah,
because she was fouling Messiah, she was fouling every other player that she was coming in contact with. She was playing dangerously and calls. So it was like,
oh, that was the thing in the first half. Sorry, kind of sort of derail. Who knows? Bethany Balser legitimately high booted Madison Hammond in the head and didn't get carded.
Yeah.
Oh, a foul. No?
Nothing.
Like what?
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. That was another like what the hell non-call.
But again, this is what I'm talking about is if it's a consistent shit ref for both sides, then you're still playing on equal ground. When it's this weird like I don't know, I'm rolling a like D&D 12-sided die to be like I'm going to call this one. Like no, that's not.
Yeah. Roll for initiative. It's like roll for a call. Any call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just stupid. Okay. So that was the first thing. The second thing, and it's my biggest gripe, we've been talking about it a while, and I have gathered my thoughts. We're recording a day later than usual, keeping those thoughts in. Everything I want, like I'm gonna preface this. It's not caveat. It's not, I'm just prefacing this with everything I'm saying is about the position. It's not about the player.
Yeah, not the person.
There's certain aspects about the person, but it's really about the position. And this is my keeper soapbox. Okay, I might even do like a little title.
Yeah, and this is something like beat around the bush for a few episodes of like, please don't make me say this out loud. And I think after this last game, it's a bummer. Kind of gotta say
I think Didi has lost, and if not, should lose the number one spot, the number one keeper. Now, I say this knowing that the keeper position is possibly the only position where you're playing in that position till you lose it, right?
Yeah.
Any other field position, day in, day out on the practice field, you can lose your spot that day, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're not guaranteed to start from one game to another.
No.
You might be, something might not be clicking in practice or whatever, and someone else is right behind you to take your spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keeper, on the other hand, is very much a trust position.
Yeah.
And you don't,
it's earned.
You kind of,
yeah, it's like earned in the off
yeah,
season.
and you don't mess with it. And then you make your decision and you go. And the thing is, you go with ups and downs. You don't mess with it. Like, swapping out keepers, not a real thing, right?
No.
But Angelina, okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Angelina, we're both big Angelina fans. We wanted to see her play some more, and we were really excited when she started the season. We all had high hopes for her. Unfortunately, the first 3 matches and the only 3 matches that she got to play in this season were against some really hard teams. So she had 2 losses and 1 draw to her title. She played against Bay FC in our first match, which at the beginning of the season, they were lights out.
Beginning of the season, they were untouchable.
Oh yeah, they dipped a little bit, but they're still like coming back at it. They're above us in the table, but beginning of the season, they were lights out, right? They were just winning, and
so fast.
I think they still don't have a draw anywhere. They've either won or lost.
I don't think so either. Yeah,
and then we also
also
played Orlando. Where the hell is Orlando?
Oh, they got their first draw this last week. We said
Oh yeah, okay.
I was like, wait a second. Yeah, first draw 20 weeks in. That's insane. But yeah, then we played freaking Orlando.
Yeah, and where's Orlando? They're freaking gonna break the record
top of
everything.
The table.
They already broke the record of qualifying, and they're gonna break the points record. Like, yeah. And then we also played the Current, again, another lights out team.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season, we just talked about it. Our team wasn't 100%. We had all our players semi-healthy to healthy, but none of at the point where they can play together and gel 100%.
Like, there were injuries we didn't find out about until like a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah. And
that player weren't playing the first half of the season.
Our back line wasn't as strong as it is now. Our midfield wasn't. That was the big question in the offseason, was the midfield. And that wasn't there. Alyssa had the yips from the very beginning. So like everything was working against us, and unfortunately worked against Angelina. So after the 3rd match, she got pulled, right? As a keeper, it's yours to lose. Dee came in, fucking rocked it. She immediately came back and was like, what? I haven't left. And
right. And like, don't call this a comeback.
Exactly. And when that happened, I remember we said, it's hers to lose now. Like, that is her spot. She is not going anywhere until she loses that. And I feel like we've reached the point where she's lost it. There's multiple things that are playing against us. It's the constant backpassing to Didi when we know that she doesn't have the feet. She is an amazing keeper. Her hands, her like hockey, like split saves, like her dives.
Yeah, her vision of the pitch, fantastic.
As the ball is coming towards her. So on a defensive mind. Offensive mind, it looks like every time she has the ball, she's either yelling at someone, and like it's the only voice you can hear on the broadcast as you hear Didi yelling. Yeah. Or like that one, there was a goal, I don't know if it was this one or the last one, where like as soon as the goal happened, all you hear is Didi, offsides. It's like, like you yelling at the side ref that it's off, that's not going to change anything. Like,
no, they're not going to review it.
So, we know that she can't play out of the back. Like she's not the greatest with her feet, and she's not like the distribution at picking the points. And there were so many passes that were short, so many passes back that were short, so many like, we're going to spend like a minute or 2 in this back area and hopefully nobody comes to do, oh shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, some of the errors that led to goals in this match, I think, were on Didi's part. Some of the goals.
Yeah, I know there was one where she was off her line.
There was one she was off her line. It's the one that she was
way
that
off.
was this one where she was yelling the offside thing, and it could have been offside, but I forget who it was, but someone tapped it in at the very end, but the ball was already over the line. Either way, it was like a very light, weak offside call.
Yeah.
And then last game, we played and we showed up. We got ref, but we also got screwed by the 2 goals that I think Didi was responsible for. The penalty. And then again, she was caught flat-footed. They crossed it.
Oh yeah, the Sierra King goal.
They crossed it in front of her. She was not in the right position. Her weight was shifted the wrong way, couldn't get back to it, and they just kind of like dinked it right behind her. And so
it's just a bummer. Like, I don't want to have this conversation.
We respect Didi, and she is a freaking wall. And even when I think it was Ethan in the Discord that like made a suggestion for like a keeper shirt, like as merch. I even thought of like a bricklaying company, and Didi's name is going to be first. It's going to be the Didi,
like Heritage Bricklaying
exactly.
or something like that.
Because she's freaking wall, and she still is. Some of these amazing saves that she had in this last match, incredible. The only problem is some of those incredible saves came from her own errors.
Yeah, it's like I wish I could piecemeal our keeper together, where it's like Didi's vision of the pitch, Angelina's height, and her ability to distribute the ball. Like, there's so much I wish I could just like cobble together, because I want all of them. Like, I want everything put together.
So this
is the most, sorry, I totally interrupted you a million times. This is the most like, why can't everybody get along like moment I've ever had in sports. I think I'm just like, but I don't want I don't want Didi to feel bad about herself, but like I also want to change something about the team, and I think that's the thing, but like I feel bad saying that. And I don't know, this is a new feeling for me.
So again, we love Didi. She is our number one, our day one. She is a wall on our back line. I just think it's time to try something new. The whole definition of insanity of trying the same thing over and over and not expecting different results. And these losses are adding up. And we're at the point of the season where we're technically not out of the playoff race just yet, but every single one of these, the gap is widening and widening. And we have some very important games that we lose those, done, right? Like, we'll get to it, but still.
Yeah. We basically need to win out
at
this point for sanity, at least.
In almost the mantra of the Summer Cup, let's try some shit.
Yeah, let's get
weird. At this point, we're out of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. If we put Angelina in and we don't make the playoffs, hey, we were never in them in the first place.
I think the next few weeks are going to get real freaking weird.
So
but go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to wrap it up.
Interrupting
I was just going to try to wrap it up by saying, like, it is what it is, and hopefully the tape, the reviewing, the whatever they need to do, off the field, gels and solidifies whatever holes they have, and they can stop playing backwards. It's like the goals on the other side. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. So we put up a prompt after the game, per usual. Some thoughts and feelings. So this week's prompt was mistakes on mistakes. Thoughts as we start trailing in the standings. Like, how you feeling? What you thinking? Haiku extraordinaire Ethan came in with overall played fine? ? MA taking names, late subs, mid needs to play back. Yeah, MA is like, you want to F around and find out? You go find out. Everybody who knows me and listens to this show knows how much I love MA. Like, she's just refreshing to watch. But yes,
she's so much
she is
fun
ready to
watch.
fight. Like, yes, and it's great.
Like, there was at
we did
least
make
I think there
subs.
was at least one game where we saw her up top and we were all really excited. Like,
Oh, yes.
yeah.
That one game, it was a 5-3-2 game.
Oh, okay.
Like the end of last season, we're like, excuse me, what is happening? Or beginning of this season, whatever. Do that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't scout someone who doesn't play that position. Just saying. But yeah, subs were made super late. And yeah. Dustin said, play to the strengths. I know we want a quote unquote recognizable style, but we have fast playmakers. Stop messing about and get the ball forward where they can do some damage. Yes. Didi can save the shit out of the ball, but can't use her feet. Don't force her into positions to make mistakes. Really happy with Alyssa, MA, MDH, and Emsley, though. Which, yes, that's what it is. It's like play to your strengths. Put people in situations where they're going to succeed, like collectively as a whole.
Yeah.
Which is what our whole soapbox was about. Janthony wants to see Katie Zellum and Kennedy Fuller on the pitch at the same time, which would be awesome. Kennedy hasn't played much lately. I'm not sure why, but maybe it's just rest because the Utes of it all. And he said, we missed Giselle.
Is she playing on the U20? No, she's not playing on the
No. He said, we missed Giselle a lot more than I thought we would have, which I agree with.
Yeah.
She's a good fresh legs sub, but they're killing it in the U20 World Cup. So I don't hate that.
Yeah. They just beat out Germany, right? They just beat out Germany. Yeah.
Yeah. In
penalties.
like the comeback of all comebacks. Germany was up 2-1 or 2-0. We went 2-1, then we equalized, then they went up 3-2. Then we went and equalized again, and then we went to PKs, and then we beat them 3-1 in PKs. Yeah. Insane. I didn't watch the match because I didn't know it was on. I probably was at work. But yeah, Alicia sent a face in the clouds emoji, which I agree. Rachel Didi and like a crying emoji. Yessie wants everybody to stop effing passing back to Didi. I feel so bad. I hate that this is what this is coming to, and I don't like it, and I don't know how to fix it because it's not mine to fix, and I'm just frustrated. Yeah. And then Jeff said,
I will say that like nothing in this prompt was like, oh, what did you think about Didi's performance? Like, you know, and
no.
The fact that a lot of these responses include Didi, you know,
I feel very about it because I know she does too. Like, I think that's the thing for me is that I know the frustration we feel is felt 100-fold by the team. They know when they've screwed up. They know when things that they were supposed to do didn't do what they were supposed to do. You know, like, you know that feeling as a player, regardless of sport. And I hate harping on it. But I think this one was important because I think it's time that we have to start looking at other options just to salvage the rest of the season offensively. And for me, that's what it is. It's not the defense. It's not her ability to block shots. It's not her ability to keep or like goal keep, but it's the offensive transitions that are slowing the collective down that I think we need to like figure out. But last but not least, Jeff came in and said, I couldn't watch and was still disappointed. What happened to the 2-win team post-Olympics? Bro, me too. We don't know either.
What happened to the 7-0 Juarez team?
Can we bring back the Juarez game? Like that?
Can we?
The confidence booster.
Can we spread the Juarez points out? Can we like give a score, give a goal in each one of these, and then
honestly, that'd be fantastic. All right, so we are now into the standings, permutations, crazy time.
Okay,
let's go.
Because of what I did, I have them in a tight 5. I think maybe we'll see. We're almost at an hour already, so like,
I know.
Okay,
there's a good amount to cut out, right?
I think so. All right, at this point in the season, NWSL is probably going to put something out by tomorrow. If the playoffs started today, so if we're looking at the people that are in the playoffs at the moment, 1 through 8, we have the Pride, Spirit, Gotham, Current, Bay, Red Stars, Thorns, and Courage. So it would be, the matchups would be Pride Bay, Spirit Red Stars, Gotham Thorns, and Current Courage. Those are the top 8 right now. Into the permutations, this next match window, Gotham will clinch their playoff berth if they straight out win or if Bay loses. If Bay loses, that means Orlando has won, which most likely is going to be the case. And with that, Orlando will clinch, not only they're already in the playoffs, but they will clinch home field advantage. They will clinch a top 4 spot. And
listen, when that happens, Orlando better show up. It's one hell of a team you've got.
Yeah. And then Kansas City will also clinch if Kansas City win or if the Wave wins. Either result will cause Kansas City to move on. So those are the next ones getting ready to cash their ticket in for the postseason. As for us, we're currently in 10th place with 21 points. We got lucky that the Reign lost their match because that kept them below us, or else they would have leapfrogged us. And that would have been another team that we've had to battle through. Between us and the Portland Thorns, who are currently in 6th place, there's only a 6-point spread. I think starting 5th, that's not reachable. We're not even we're not talking in that range because it's not going to happen. But Portland Thorns to us, 6-point spread. Guess who we still have to play twice by the end?
2 times.
But
you can't give me a Fuji's reference and let you think I'm gonna let it go.
A little Wyclef in there.
Yeah, I am a woman of a certain age, Mario.
Yeah, I got the reference right away.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so 6 points. We still face Portland twice before the end of the season. If we beat them twice, there are the 6 points that we need to make up, and it will be directly with the people that were 6 points away. So it's huge.
I'm just saying that last year we ended on a 5-1 scoreline and a bicycle kick from Sydney LaRue. We could do that again, y'all. Yeah. It would be really cool to do that on a Monday night on September 23rd at BMO at 7 p.m. I'm just saying. I'm wearing my Sid LaRue bike shirt on Monday. I'm flying home from Portland or from Oregon. I'll be in Oregon. I'm going to go wearing Angel City gear to the airport on a game day, fly my happy ass back home in a Sid LaRue bike shirt with an Angel City hat on. I'm known to wear merch. I wore a LA Kings Stanley Cup hat in Chicago the year they beat the Blackhawks in the final. I have no qualms about that, and I will be repping my team flying home from Portland that day.
Yep.
So come on.
These matches are going to be huge.
Yeah.
All right. So 4 out of the last 6 matches that we have left are teams above the line already. There are teams that are above us. 4 out of those last 6 matches are huge.
Huge.
The ones below us can only just help us, but that's where we're at, people.
I know. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the real quick preview of the Portland Thorns. It's a Monday match.
I promise we're a preview matchup podcast. I promise. There's just been a lot to talk about the last couple weeks.
Yeah. Okay. A negative 3-2-3. How are you feeling about this still being called a preview podcast? Should we just name it a Angel City podcast?
A podcast. I still want to stick with previews. We've just had a lot to talk about the last couple weeks. We'll get back to our ways someday. Maybe. Who knows? That's what the off season is for. But coming up, we're matching up against Portland. Like I said, last time we saw them at BMO, we hurt some feelings, and it was great. And I would love for that to happen again. Because 1, we'd win, and we need that. 2, goal differential, we need that. 3, morale. We absolutely need that. And 4, come on, it's fun. It's really fun to score like a bazillion
You're
goals.
going to have Hello Kitty there. Hello Kitty can rush the field.
Yeah, come on. Do not disappoint a small British girl. What? Like, I still cannot fathom that Hello Kitty is not a cat. I swear, if you're gaslighting me, divorce. Podcast divorce.
Oh.
Anyway, Thorns FC is coming to BMO. This team is so freaking stacked. I hate it so much, but I love it because I really enjoy watching the majority of these players. We got Christine Sinclair, Canadian international, like storied player, generational player out of Canada. Runs really weird, but that's just me being a body nerd. Sink may or may not re-sign. We don't know if she's ever going to retire, if she's retiring this season. She's hung up her boots internationally, but not for the NWSL. I don't know. You've got Hina Sagita. You've got they're Kling. Like, you have such good, like, Alexa Sponstra. Like, they have so many good players. I was like, who do I pick? And I'm like, who's gonna be known? We have a single shot of espresso to talk about. Sophia Smith, number 9, forward, insane. I really don't want to be a shruggy meme on Monday. I don't want to be the recipient of that. So if y'all could make sure she doesn't get the ball, that'd be dope. She is a fantastic scorer, like genuinely prolific. She just looks so peaceful on the pitch, even though she's like going to hurt your feelings and embarrass you at the same time. Like, she's just like,
Sophia Smith is one of the Nike ad World Cup players, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The like scary one where she's just like showing up in your shadows. That's Sophia Smith. That's how she plays. Like, that is exactly it. She's just threatening. She doesn't have to do anything. She draws the defense because she's just that good. And that's like, if you're playing professional sports, like, that's your job. Your job is to just be a threat, regardless. Defensively, offensively, doesn't matter. Soph is just damn good. She's part of Triple Espresso, the front line for the U.S. national team. So, recent gold medal winner. She's going to have a prolific career. She's still so young. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, she's been in the league for like whatever, how many seasons? I don't even know at this point. My brain is goop. But then I'm like, right, Angela, you're 38 years old. You might be able to be a very young mom of Sophia Smith. Like, it's one of those things where you're just like, ew, I'm an adult. That's the thing when you realize how young some of these players are. It's like, gross. Who allowed this? She's fantastic to watch. She's just so good. And she's very like, she's a silent assassin in the same way that Kristen Press is. Where you're like, oh yeah, so good. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God. Like, oh shit. Like, it hurt it's like secondhand embarrassment because I got my own feelings hurt and nothing happened to me. But I saw what happened on the pitch and are you okay? Like, do we need to call your mom? Did somebody come pick you up? That's the vibe.
Need to call your mom.
I've seen her score on some people where it's just like, damn, oh, are you okay? Like a 911, I'd like to report a murder, like that kind of thing. So yeah, do you need somebody to call your mom?
It's that one meme of like the kid just like, and then everybody's like, oh.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Following that, we've got Maka, so Mackenzie Arnold from the Australian national team, number 30, a new acquisition to the Thorns post-Olympic break. So she's their new keeper since Bella Bixby is on maternity leave, which I guess that's fine. I say that because like, she's good, baby's healthy, they're having so much fun. I'm grateful that we don't have to relive a back heel from Bella Bixby because that was some hot garbage that nobody enjoyed. But I feel like Angel City did get some revenge.
We need her on the field so that we can get the revenge.
Yeah, again, we need another. Yeah, but Mackenzie Arnold is so good. So good. She's just another brick wall. She makes the goal smaller. She is a fantastic steward of the sport as well in Australia. She's fun to watch in the box. It's just frustrating because she's very good. In general, I have This is the like one position on defense in soccer that I have a beef with, because I love watching good keepers block shots, but like, bruh,
they're going to be blocking our
not
shots.
against my team. But yeah, stop. Quit it, please. But no, I'm excited to see her play live, just because of like her international career. She's just great. Super, super great. And I'm really, this is just a completely different standpoint, but I am very happy that they're finally starting to sell keeper kits.
Yeah.
Like, it was hard. I don't know. Like, I don't get it. Nike, you make the kits. Just make them for everybody, including Brianna Scurry.
It's a weird thing. I know that but I also know that like the MLS like doesn't. I don't think they always sell keeper kits. I think it depends.
It's across sports.
Well, they do. They do sell keeper kits. It's just you have to. I think it's one of those things where like you have to hit a certain threshold for like the team to be able to do that. I think
it's so stupid.
This slightly derailing. I think this year there was the MLS finally okayed having third kits.
That's right.
But only a handful of teams got the third kits because they've hit thresholds of sales in order to get the third kit. So there's out of the like,
that's fair.
After like 50 teams, there's only 30, but of MLS
feels like 50 though.
Yeah, of the MLS teams, I think it was only like a total of like 6 or 8 that got third kits.
Dang.
Both the Galaxy and LAFC got them. Miami got one, of course, because they went and sold a ton of Messi shirts.
I know they went from 0 to 9 million with Messi.
Yeah. But I like the kits. I still think the funniest thing is that they went for this crazy like retro MLS vibe. Yeah. And like 3 or 4 out of the like half of the teams that were picked are newer teams that didn't exist.
Yeah, they're the expansion teams. They're not the original ones. It's very funny.
Exactly. It's funny, but they're nice. And, you know, but again, goes back to like, look, we want kits. Like,
yeah. And the thing is, I think retailers are having trouble figuring out women's sports because it's not like, oh, we just want the most famous players kit. It's like, no, I want the most obscure player because I've met them and I love them and they're a great addition to my community. So like sell the kits. Same thing with women's basketball. Sell the jerseys.
You know what they should have gotten in the CBA?
I shouldn't have to pay extra for a custom jersey when the player is on the team.
You know what they should have got in the CBA? They should have got the ability for teams to find their own jerseys.
Ooh, scandalous.
Yes.
That's the next one.
Not this BS templated
Nike only
jerseys.
Yeah. That'll be when we know the league made it, when it's like Nike, Adidas, Asics, Umbro.
When
like
you get like imagine an Angel City Diadora. Ooh, like
I want it. That's the thing. They haven't figured out the women's sports market because all of us are like, take my money. Here, I will give you my money, but you have to give me a product. And they're like, oh, that's hard. And I'm like, it's really not. We're coming up with the stupidest merch ideas and people are buying them. Like, it's not that difficult to sell the kit of the team that you sponsor. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, that's a whole different derailing. I have to talk about one more player on the Thorns because I love her with my whole heart. I want to be her friend. The Becky Sauerbrunn. I looked up just like before I said that because like her kit is hanging right there. Her national team kit, like the all white with the red and blue like arm cuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I love Becky Sauerbrunn. Like, Becky is just, she's just so wonderful. She's so like normal. She just reads books and doesn't want to talk to people. But she's also this insane defender that doesn't get enough credit because she's so good at what she does. It's that like quiet, comes in, does what she needs to do. She isn't always the fastest, but she's the best placed player. She can score. It's like, if Becky Sauerbrunn scores, do you know what's going to happen? I don't want her to score against Angel City. I just want to preface that and put that in the universe. Please don't score against my team. Score against somebody else's, but like let me watch it over and over and over again. Forever, because she doesn't have an NWSL goal. She doesn't have an international goal.
Oh,
like,
man.
It's one of those where it's like she used to be offensive midfielder. Like she used to play more offensive roles in like high school and college. She was a forward and then transitioned to defense. And she's like, I can do it. I just don't. And I'm like, please, the whole WOSO community is begging the universe for a little tap in. Like, please.
Look, you guys are comfortably in 6th place right now. You don't have to do it. You know, you might be.
You don't have to do that.
You might want to
on Monday.
You might want to do that with one of the teams that like are above you, right?
Yeah.
Maybe saying,
exactly.
You know.
Yeah, but Becky Sauerbrunn is a very quiet, steady leader. She is so solid. She was the Team USA, U.S. national team, whatever you want to call it. She was our captain for years, quietly leading this team, pushing us forward. Oh, Becky Sauerbrunn, I just love you so much. Like, I don't know anyone who watches women's soccer that doesn't love Becky Sauerbrunn. If they don't, it's because they don't know that she exists and don't know the lore. There's videos coming out of like the national team from like 2012 to 2019, 2020. And just like everyone is shenanigans. And Becky's like, I'm talking to my husband on the phone. Leave me alone. Like just, like they're going through hotels and like singing Christmas carols. And she opens the door and she's on the phone. She's like, hold on. Like what? She's just like the most normal person. And I love the fact that she's this like insane soccer player, but she's just like, no, I just go home and I read and I cook dinner and we just hang out on the couch and watch TV. Like, she's so good, you guys. Like, she's one of those players that like deserves the credit and deserves to be recognized now instead of when she retires. Like, her last stint with the national team was heartbreaking because when her foot was hurt last season and season before. And so she didn't really get like the proper send off. And I'm like, this is Becky Sauerbrunn. Like, do you understand? But yeah, it's one of those things where when she posts on social media, it's either something very good or y'all effed up. And there's been a lot of Becky Sauerbrunn or like you retired and I miss you. Like, it's that.
Yeah.
She's now co-hosting a show on the Men in Blazers like channel with Lynn Williams and Sam Mewis, and it's fantastic. They're very good friends. It's a very fun show. They talk a lot of soccer, talk a lot of other fun stuff. But that's my little I love Becky Sauerbrunn moment because, of course, I love defenders. And now for Angel City, I couldn't pick players to talk about, not because I don't think they're worthy of being talked about, because that's not it at all. But it's because I just want to like hype the team up. And I'm going to cry if I keep talking about this, but like, I still believe in this team.
I do too.
I will always believe in this team. I think we need to make big changes, but I love this team. And I know we're going to come out there and play our asses off. Like, I'm so tired. It's been a very difficult week. It's Tuesday. Like, but I love this team and I want the best for them. That's it. Oh, shit. We're on video. No. Well, look, it's Angela crying, everybody.
if you
that's my oh my God, Mario moment.
yours happen. I'm not going to say yours happens more than mine because mine's probably going to happen a lot too.
But overall, like, the faith I have in this team is unwavering, and we're going to hit road bumps and really difficult times. And I really hope that we're getting these really hard times out of our system early as a club.
I honestly still believe we have a team with the potential of giving us champagne problems, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Just being stupid good.
Mm-hmm. Just a menace.
And one reason or another, it's just not quite there. It'll come, but when we get there, it'll be amazing. And I still believe that we do have that team in us.
We got that dog in us. That's a direct Kelsey Plum quote. And like, yes, other people have said it, but I meant it in the Kelsey Plum way. If anybody watches the WNBA, like, that's a Kelsey Plum reference.
Yeah, we'll deep dive on some more players next match. Let's see
Yeah.
We're just hoping for the best. And
I'm just going to cry about it tonight if I talk about our team because I love them that much. It's one of those where you see the heart and you see the camaraderie and you see the frustration because it's not coming together.
Yeah.
So it's like, y'all are just great. That's the whole conversation. All of you. Damn it. The history between the two teams, because of the Challenge Cup and playing 400 matches against West Coast teams, we are 3 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses against Portland. Let's make it 4 wins, y'all.
Yes.
That's it. All right. So just as a quick recap, we are playing Portland Thorns at BMO on Monday, September 23rd at 7 p.m. Hello Kitty night. I am still shook from what I have learned tonight. I'm so glad that reaction was captured on video because what in the holy hell? But we're streaming on CBS Sports Network and Bally Sports. And make sure you log on like 14 seconds before kickoff to find out where the game is actually going to be streaming. Who knows?
Yeah.
Radio, iHeartRadio with Isaac and Tracy, 13:30 a.m. Tu Liga Radio.
There we go. The correct pronunciation.
It's really hard to say. Like
when you haven't switched your brain to Spanish, when you haven't hit the SAP button in your head, yeah. All right, guys.
That's exactly what happened that first time. Like I went to Spanish brain halfway through. Anyway,
if you like
home.
You like what you hear, hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening. Check out casualfc.com for all the pod links. We're also on YouTube and we're also on video.
Ooh.
On Spotify.
See us.
You can see these faces now. You can see the salt and pepper.
What? I don't have that.
Follow us on socials, Casual FC Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok. And best ways to support the pod, the best, easiest, free way to do it is like, share, comment on one of our posts. Better yet, go to wherever you're listening and put a review and give us however many stars you feel appropriate.
Tell us you like us. Check yes or no, but it better be a yes.
It's all about engagement. And we also have a merch store, shop.casualfc.com. We've got some fun merch still up there. Our pride mugs and stuff like that are always great. And if you feel so inclined and you don't want to buy stuff and you just want to support the pod, you can support us by buying us a coffee. If you check out buymeacoffee.com/casualfcpod or go check out the link in our bio. It's essentially a Patreon without the Patreon stuff because we don't have enough content to give you back behind the scenes stuff. Unless you want to hear us unedited, then that might be cool.
You don't.
Let us know, but I'm pretty sure you don't. And to close everything off, go visit vote.org, check your registration. It takes 2 minutes if you need to register. Okay. Bye.
Bye. See you on Monday at BMO.
Hello, Kitty.